Are Donald Trump and Benjamin Netanyahu not on the same page anymore? 2.5 months into the war, United States and Israel are recalibrating what their endgame is. The two leaders held an hour-long tense conversation during which the Israeli leader pushed for a resumption of airstrikes on the Islamic Republic, something that Donald Trump is not very keen on, at least at the moment. According to multiple reports, including Axios and other US media outlets, Donald Trump and Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's phone call was an uncomfortable one. According to an Axios report, the highly charged conversation left Netanyahu's hair on fire. The reason? A brand new peace initiative allegedly drafted with mediation from Qatar and Pakistan with the backing from regional powers including Saudi Arabia, Turkey and Egypt. This proposal reportedly aims to stop a wider regional war and open the door for fresh US-Iran understanding. But here's the problem. Donald Trump appears willing to explore diplomacy, but Netanyahu wants to keep the pressure on Iran, and that difference exploded during the phone call. Citing sources who were briefed on the call, Axios reported that Donald Trump wanted to sign a letter of intent, which will give way to a 30-day period of negotiations that will be used to discuss issues like Iran's nuclear program and the opening of the Strait of Hormuz. Now, this isn't just another diplomatic document. This proposal reportedly includes several major elements. One of them is about Iran making commitments on its nuclear program. Another is gradual release of frozen Iranian assets, talks on reopening the Strait of Hormuz, and a pause in military escalation. Netanyahu apparently was not pleased. He reportedly told Donald Trump that he believed delaying the expected attacks was a mistake and insisted that attacks should continue as planned. For Netanyahu, this is not just diplomacy. This is about leverage and about survival. The Israeli leadership reportedly believes that Iran is vulnerable right now, and giving them any leeway would hurt Israel. After months of military pressure, Israel wants to continue degrading Iranian military infrastructure and strategic capabilities. Israeli officials fear that any premature ceasefire or sanctions relief or frozen asset release could allow Iran to regroup. From Netanyahu's perspective, diplomacy could now erase military gains that have been achieved. So why is Donald Trump then pushing for a deal? Well, analysts say he would be trying to balance three pressures at least. One, avoid another long war. Donald Trump has repeatedly signaled that he does not want a prolonged Middle East conflict consuming his presidency. He reportedly paused planned strikes after appeals from Gulf Arab states, including Qatar and the UAE. The second reason would be to maintain maximum pressure. Trump is still threatening military action if talks with Iran fail. He recently said, and I quote, "The only question is, do we go and finish it up, or are they going to be signing a document?" So this is not a peace breakthrough just yet. It's just brinkmanship. And the third reason is domestic politics for Trump. A wider Iran war could spike fuel prices. It could hurt the US economy and divide Trump's political base. Coming just months ahead of the midterm elections in the United States, diplomacy and the end of war is politically useful for the US president. So far, Trump and Netanyahu's interests have aligned. They have been seen as politically inseparable. But this episode reveals something important, that their end goals are not the same anymore. Trump wants leverage, while Netanyahu wants strategic finality. Trump thinks pressure can force Iran into a deal, and Bibi believes Iran only understands force. Up until now, even if that gap existed, it was muted. Now it's visible and it's public. Trump even made a striking remark suggesting Netanyahu would ultimately follow Washington's lead. "He'll do whatever I want him to do," Trump declared. And that statement raised eyebrows globally, because it hints at a power struggle beneath the alliance. But despite these reports, Donald Trump maintained a united front in public. This is not the first time the two leaders have had a temporary disagreement on Iran. They've moved past it in the past and remained closely coordinated through the war. So what comes next? Right now, there are three scenarios that could emerge. A short-term understanding which prevents immediate escalation. This appears to be Donald Trump's preferred path at the moment. Second, if Iran refuses key conditions, Trump could quickly return to military options. Trump himself warned things could change very quickly. The biggest risk? Israel may push harder for renewed military action if it believes diplomacy is buying Iran time, and that could reopen the conflict despite mediation efforts. For now, the missiles may have been paused, but it looks like the political war has intensified. There's a furious Netanyahu, there's a cautious Trump, a waiting Iran, and Gulf powers that are racing against time. This isn't just about a disagreement over tactics, it's a battle over the future of the Middle East itself. But while the world awaits a resolution to this conflict, this Trump-Netanyahu call may have revealed the biggest fracture yet inside the anti-Iran alliance.